Hey, everybody's talking about superhero fatigue in the movie business, but over here in video game land, I don't think we're tired of the Caped Crusaders just yet. So today we've got 5 upcoming superhero games that you shouldn't miss. We're sticking with the officially announced ones, but even with that, there are a few things you may have forgotten about. We've got a lot of cool superhero stuff, so let's get started. Starting with the first one at number 5, we got Marvel's Blade. A pretty recently announced superhero game is a Blade video game. Yes, Marvel's Blade was announced during last year's Game Awards, just with a very small tease. It's Blade getting a haircut in France, gearing up to fight vampires. That's frankly all we know. Other than that, what we do know is that Marvel's Blade is actually going to be a narrative-driven third-person action-adventure title. We don't know when this one is coming out. It is probably very much in the works. I wonder if we're going to see this before we actually see that Blade movie that Marvel's been working on forever. It seems like Bethesda and Arcane here have their act together much more than the MCU, believe it or not. Next up at number 4, something that came out of left field last year was the announcement of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game, unlike any we've had previously. This one is going to be based on The Last Ronin. The Last Ronin, if you don't know, is a bit of a different return for TMNT. It's from the original creators, but it's a little bit more of a downer. It's a little more thoughtful, more graphic novel, specifically because it's centered around one turtle in a kind of future, crime-ridden New York City, where the rest of the turtles are dead. They're out of the picture. It's a little vague as to which turtle this finally is, but he's out for revenge. This is published by THQ Nordic and developed by Black Forest Games. Black Forest Games is a European studio. They've been around for many years now. More recently, they worked on Destroy All Humans and Destroy All Humans 2, Reprobed, the remakes of the original games, which were pretty good. So this is definitely a THQ Nordic studio, but with them working on TMNT, The Last Ronin, they really get to do their own thing, and we're really excited to see what comes with this one. Next up, Marvel 1943. Rise of Hydra was teased a couple of years back, with a different title, but now it's a full-fledged thing. We got to look at it in a graphical showcase for Nvidia, highlighting just an absolutely gorgeous narrative-driven action-adventure game. That's all we really know about it gameplay-wise, but a lot of the gameplay that we see here apparently is in-engine, which I still think is too good to be true. But you have a real comic-accurate Captain America in World War II going on missions and getting entangled with Black Panther. However, this isn't T'Challa or T'Chaka, it's actually T'Challa's grandfather, Azori. So they're in occupied France in World War II, dealing with Wakandan spies and probably Hydra spies and intrigue. And I just really like what they have going on here. The presentation and stuff are cool. Oh, and also, I buried the lead here, but Amy Hennig is behind this game. The legendary game developer who spearheaded the Uncharted series, also Legacy of Kain, so she knows storytelling and cool stuff. So we're really excited to see what comes of this one. No release date yet, but at least now we're starting to get a glimpse of what this project really is. And at number 2, Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals is a hero shooter, a multiplayer team-based PvP game, and a collaboration between Marvel and NetEase. Some might see this and roll their eyes, but it's actually a good idea, especially with how Blizzard has floundered with Overwatch 2. People are looking for something else, so it doesn't really feel like it's just a Me Too copycat game because the thing they're copycatting is losing steam. Here, you get Marvel heroes doing their thing in big arenas. We've seen some environmental destruction and just some cool character designs, nice little shakeups on Iron Man, Doctor Strange, and the gang. I'm curious to see how far they're going to take the comic bookiness and how much it's just going to feel like a free-to-play NetEase online game. We know it's getting a closed alpha test in May, I believe, so this project is probably pretty far along, and maybe we'll be checking it out soon. And at number 1, Marvel's Wolverine, also known as Insomniac's Wolverine, is the next collaboration between Insomniac Games, the first-party Sony studio, and Marvel. Following their success with the Spider-Man games, they're now turning their attention to Wolverine. Unfortunately, Insomniac was hit with a ransomware attack, leaking some early game stuff onto the internet. Still, it confirms what we knew. It's going to be a third-person action-adventure game where you play as Logan. The game is expected to focus on action and include gore, as has been heavily featured in Wolverine's stories. Insomniac has the opportunity to present a new Wolverine to the mainstream public, similar to how the Iron Man game introduced many to the comic book character. There's a lot of potential for this game, and fans are eagerly awaiting more information as it becomes available. With that being said, thanks for watching, and also please consider to like and subscribe.